have Tiffany Yen with us, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing at Casa Aldea, which is a brand new, beautiful senior community
Yes.
here in town. So
Yes.
welcome and thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about where you're located, because it's not always easy to find.
Yes, I mean, you guys have been there, so you
Yes.
We have
know
been there.
it is kind of a new area. So we technically are Casa Aldea Senior Living at Santa Luz, which there's a beautiful Santa Luz Golf Club across the street off of Camino del Sur. But not everybody knows about that either. So we really are in, it's still a newer area, but it's the Del Sur area, kind of on the outskirts of Forest Ranch, Fairbanks Ranch, Rancho Santa Fe. If you know Camino del Sur and San Dieguito Road, we're kind of on the corner, not on the corner, but basically on the corner of that. So north of Highway 56.
I'm going to give you, since Patty and I do real estate.
Yeah.
We drive a lot.
East of 92130.
Okay, would
just
be
east.
okay.
This is Carmel Valley.
Uh-huh.
North of the 56.
Okay.
So you're so that's
Okay, yeah, no, that I
so
like that.
because
Yeah.
most people know Carmel Valley.
Yes, yes.
But you're the east edge of Carmel Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And the west edge of the Del Sur, Santa Luz area.
Yes, yes.
And north of the 56.
Yes.
Which 56 runs east and west.
Yes.
Does that help everybody?
But
that's what makes it so
hard
cool
question, yeah.
is if you have to drive by, because you won't find it really.
No.
Even if you drive by, you think
No.
it's part of the surrounding
Yes,
community.
yes.
The
Well,
architecture.
it's so beautiful too.
The
It just
architecture is
fits in.
fabulous.
Oh my goodness.
And it's
people
right-
walk in and
right.
they're like, this is senior living?
Yeah, yeah. And it's part of it's in part of the community. It doesn't stand out
Yes.
like it's something that somebody
Yes.
plopped in there.
Yes, it really looks like a large, I mean, there's a lot of large homes in that area,
Right,
beautiful
right.
homes, and it really looks like a much larger home. It's more about almost 75,000 square foot home that just fits in that neighborhood. So it really, it kind of blends in.
So what's going to make your experience different than any other?
So, I mean, you have been there, like we said, just walking through the door, I think is
Amazing.
An experience unlike any other. People's jaws drop when they walk through, and I tell people, no matter if you think that a location might not be good, the area might not be perfect, maybe you think you live a little too far away, you have to at least come by and see it because it truly is unlike anything you've ever seen. Basically, I compare it to some of the larger beautiful communities that we have in San Diego, like La Costa Glen, Carlsbad by the Sea, the V over in La Jolla, but they're very large. So with us, our ownership, it's privately owned, third generation multifamily housing. So this is their first assisted living and memory care, and they truly wanted to make it something special and something different that we didn't really have in San Diego. And that's why they created a smaller, more boutique assisted living and memory care community, specifically for the people that want that beautiful community resort style experience, but they don't want acres and acres and acres and acres of land and having to walk, long distances to get to different areas. You truly can age in place in your apartment. You don't have to go from one building to another building as you advance in your care needs or support services. And we truly want to be an independent living community while supporting our residents. We don't want them to feel like they're getting care or that they're being taken care of. We want them to feel like it's just what we do. We want to help, we love them, and they're not even going to realize that we're assisting them in other ways, but it's just our type of service and our type of customer service that we offer.
Like being on vacation.
Yes.
Just having all the amenities and not
Yes.
having to do any
Yes.
of the work.
Oh, yesterday I was giving a tour and I say this all the time, but I would love to be able to live there. I mean, we were talking about it with someone, if they had something like that for our younger population, I would love that, because you're basically like, you're on a resort, you're in a hotel, and everything gets done for you. You can still do what you want to do, but
Go where you want to go.
Yeah, you can still go. You can go out. You can take you can go on trips. You can go down on your own to the coast, but we could also take you there. We could do group events. We're very social, as you guys know. Our communities are very social, and we really get involved with the community close to us. We do lots of fundraisers and those things that most of our type of communities do. But our management company really takes it to the next level. So we're managed by Integral Senior Living, which is an amazing company I've worked for about 5 years. everybody that works with them doesn't want to leave them. And when things happen
That
and they're
says a
not,
lot.
it really does, especially because senior living is there is a large turnover typically. But with ISL, they truly focus on the staff and the residents. And I know everybody has heard this before in a way, but happy staff equal happy residents. So if our staff love where they work and they love to be there, then the residents are going to get that energy, and they're going to love to live there, and they're going to get the most that they can out of it, because there's so much to get out of it. The positive mentality is the most important thing, and if the staff and the residents can both have that positive mentality, I mean, there's no limits to how much fun you can have.
How true. I'm ready. So what would you recommend someone do if they're in the process of searching for?
So many times I hear, I'm not ready for that. It's not time. I'm looking, but you know, it's a long ways away, because it's scary. This process is something that is very scary, because it's a big change in your
keyword
typical
process. It doesn't happen overnight.
Oh my goodness, no. And that's probably my tip, would be to make it to where it's not an overnight process. Sadly, we do get some people that they wait and wait and wait.
And
they say
no,
no,
it's
no,
a
no,
crisis moment.
and then something happens, and then their family has to step in. They have to jump around and start looking at a few different communities and try to pick the best for them, and then they move in without really making it their own and it being their own choice. So I truly recommend finding out what you want ahead of time. Look at the different communities. There's so many communities in San Diego. There's a perfect fit for each person. We're not going to be, not everybody's going to want La Costa Glen. Not everybody's going to want us. Not everybody's going to want Carlsbad by the Sea and be on the coast, which is beautiful, but not everybody wants that. So there are so many different communities. You need to find out what is going to fit for you. And in our community, staying in your home a little bit longer, not until you need a lot of care and you're waiting too long, but staying in your home and enjoying your home for a little bit longer, and coming into our community when you're ready for all the services that we provide. I mean, we do everything for you: dining, support as far as care and services. We have 24-hour nursing staff on site ready to help when we need it, so that's great. Housekeeping, laundry, everything.
So you said boutique, so give us an idea how many apartments you'll have.
Yeah, so we have only 64 apartments. Wow. So we do have,
that
as
is
I said, it is very boutique. Not a lot of communities are that small. A lot of newer properties, they're trying to go bigger. Usually you're seeing at least 150 apartments plus. And they're that nice big structure, which is great, again, for some people, where they have all the different levels in the community. But we're very simple, but we're very high-end and comfortable and homey. Beautiful, beautiful.
It does walk in like a very high-end hotel.
Yes, but it's not stiff, right?
No,
it's not. You don't feel like you can't touch anything, or that you can't make yourself at home.
Very comfortable.
Yes, our residents that are moving in, people that have toured, they all say the same thing: is that it feels like their home.
That's important.
It's a nice home, and it feels comfortable, and that's the most important thing.
And I think one other distinction that we should make is, because you've been mentioning other communities, those communities cost a lot of money, which they're great, but they cost a lot of money to enter.
To get in, yes.
You're not that way.
We are not, no. So what the larger communities, the CCRCs, continuing care retirement communities, they have a large buy-in. So you could be putting down $300,000. Yesterday I was talking to someone, they were looking somewhere and it was going to be close to $1 million to just get in, and you have to be completely independent. So you kind of have to make that decision ahead of time and not wait too long to where you're barely slipping in and then having to go into their assisted living, which is a different experience. They really cater to that independent, truly, fully independent person. So to take advantage of that, you need to get in a long time before you technically probably would consider yourself ready. You're putting up front a lot of money. You're still paying a good monthly rent. And people are able to do it and they love it, and it's good for those people, but not everybody wants to do that. I was just giving a tour yesterday, and the son, the mom is starstruck by the huge big community, but she was starstruck by our community too. And he just said, I just don't get why people put $1 million to live somewhere and then you're stuck. So with us, we have a small community fee. We have our monthly rent, and it's a 30-day notice. So if they need to move, if things change, if they want to relocate to another area where their family is, maybe they want to go up to Northern California, or they need to go over to the East Coast, it's not like you're stuck. In some of the bigger communities, it's a contract, and it's a life contract, and it's very hard to get out of, and you usually would lose a lot of money too if you needed to do that. So it's great, a great option. People love that.
And the food is
the food.
Oh, tell us about your dining experience.
Oh my goodness, that's probably one of my favorite things. So I get to brag that we have Chef Renee Coda, who has been in the food dining industry for 30 years, and 20 of those has been senior living, the high-end senior living communities in San Diego. And he's the best guy. A lot of chefs are good at what they do, and they know it, and they're kind of cocky and sometimes rude. You know, it happens.
It happens.
It's kind of a tip. I think they feel like they have to, because that's kind of the standard. Like, I got to be a little mean. So Renee, he is amazing at what he does, and he truly has that servant's heart, and he's very humble. He knows he's good at it, but he's truly humble. And he got into this industry because he lost his grandparents at a very young age. And when he got into the beginning of this industry, he realized that it really filled that void of not having his grandparents. So he truly treats all of our residents like his grandparents, and he'll do anything for them. So our dining experience is, again, unlike any other, like our community is. We have 25 choices daily, all day dining. So all throughout the day, anytime they want to eat, they can come out and have a full meal, whatever they choose. We even have an after hours menu, so technically we have 24-hour meal service. The venues, I mean, we have a beautiful dining room, I mean, gorgeous with the beams, and then we have our beautiful outside dining area, which we will love to enjoy in the beautiful San Diego days, right? We have a private dining room if they want to do more intimate private parties, and then we also have our bar and bistro that's open daily as well. So if they didn't want to go into the dining room, they could just eat at the bistro, have something simple, or have a full meal. But there's so many types of areas that we can allow our residents to enjoy their food, because food, sadly, is kind of a lot of our day. Well, you wake up.
Sounds like being on a cruise ship.
Cruise ship and dry dock,
right?
Is what we call
Yes,
it.
yes.
And for those that are watching and viewing this, if you really, Tiffany would love to host you for lunch.
Yes.
And that's what Patty and I tell most of our clients who are considering the option of moving to a senior community.
Yes. Try
Go
the
kick your
food.
tires. Right? And go check it out.
Yes.
And hang out for a while to meet you, meet the staff, meet the chef.
Yes, yes.
And that way the people that are considering it really have a comfort level of what the amazing experience they're about to partake in.
Oh, yes, yes. You have to see it to believe it.
You really do. It is beautiful. And congratulations
Thank you
on it. I
so
know
much.
it's new and it's going to be fun. And you're going to have a lot of fantastic people there. And we're short on time, Tiffany, so we appreciate you coming to join us today.
Much.
So much luck. It's a beautiful community.
Thank you.
If you don't know where Santa Luz is, you should go visit. Look it up, Google it, right?
Yeah, 92127.
92127, just north of 92130 and east of 92067, right?
Yes.
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 So TMI for everybody there. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Ron
and
and
stay
Patty, for having
tuned
me.
for more Senior Stay or Go TV.